Ladies, congratulations on House of Spoils. I cannot tell you how excited I am to talk to you both. Being a past or still actually culinarian, I worked in the restaurant world for a while as a line cook, sous chef, and then found out that that was a lot of work. No,
Yeah.
my family, we've always been in restaurants, so I really appreciated the movie. I understood a lot of the kind of the small takes and the character of Ariana, and I mean, they need to make more movies like this. I felt like this was for me specifically, um, tell me a little bit about your inspiration behind it. I know you both have food industry experience and why this project was important.
Mandy, first
Um,
off, that's so cool. That's just thank you for sharing. It's so great that like you connected with this on multiple levels and just really appreciate hearing that. It always is always great to know that when you connect, with someone that's really special.
Thank you.
yes, and the question was just where did this story come from, right?
Yeah, based on your experience in the food industry and the background and creating the story.
Yeah, I mean, actually, when I'm remembering it, we had tossed around the idea of like wanting to do a restaurant world movie many times because we had both spent a lot of time working in restaurants, and we absolutely love the colorful characters and the like just outrageous mix and match of people from totally different walks of life that you find in a restaurant. And then we were actually trying to make something else. We were toying with a idea. Well, I trying to figure out a hero's journey of someone trying to find their voice and step into their own power. And when Krudy suggested, "Oh, what if she's a chef?" Then the whole story kind of tumbled out from there. And we see kind of the chef's journey as something that is very accessible. Many people have had delicious meals and have created stuff and know the feeling of tasting something really delicious. So we hope it's a creative expression that can feel really accessible to people and they can connect with her journey.
Yeah, there's a lot about it that I think my favorite scene where I was like, yes, they get it, they absolutely get it. She's being haunted by all these things in a cellar, and then she just turns around. She's like, "That's it, that's all you got." I just felt like by that point we were so we had seen her at the Michelin restaurant. We had seen her already with the pressures of opening this restaurant, and I was like, yeah, a couple of things shaking. That is not going to phase her.
Oh
Tell me
man.
a little bit about Ariana, what made her the perfect chef for the film.
I mean, Ariana really also, that moment was like totally all of her. It was amazing. She just brought that exasperation into that, like, just to quote her, is like no more spooky shit. She's just like, you're true. She's seen it all. And when you kind of get into these positions where just like things just topple on you, and then you're kind of like, you're just going and it's almost like hilarious because another thing comes and like hits you. And that's like a very special like threshold level, I think, of like any project or endeavor where you've just like committed your whole self and you can't get out, but you can't just, it's coming on hard basically.
Yeah, I've
um,
never actually connected that specific moment to be working in a restaurant, but I can actually really like feels really palpable. It's just like, yeah, and the toilet's clogged. Like, what's new? The table's waiting for their meal, and this is burnt. So it's just yeah, it's and there's a ghost. Jeez,
so
cover
Ariana
yourself,
obviously just
ghost.
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ariana just got it. I mean, being an actor is also being your own CEO too, your own boss.
Mhm.
And so she just like connected with that energy, I think.
Yeah, the other aspect I really liked was your take really on kind of the witch and the horror of it, and for work from where we start to where we finish, and really being able to at the end almost have a very different perspective of what we thought we were watching. I very trying to be very careful as the way I word this because I want everybody to enjoy the film the way I did. But can you talk a little bit about that, about about creating those horror moments and kind of taking us on a journey from what we think we're watching in the beginning towards and then what's actually happening.
It was
Um,
like tapping into, go ahead. You want to go ahead, Bridge?
oh, no, no, go ahead, please.
I think we were actually trying to tap into like a primal zone for ourselves to trying to craft these moments, at least on the script phase, and then kind of bring them to life, which is like this fear of what you could be becoming, this fear of like transforming, this fear of like going into places in yourself, that you don't necessarily have a lot of choice to go there. You're kind of forced to confront these places. And the fear that comes with kind of being led places where you don't really know, you kind of have, you have your big goal, but you kind of have to like meander on this path. So in any way, I think we're just trying to capture that feeling of being like drawn towards something and maybe still fearing it, but still being drawn to it.
And then
Um,
the freedom that comes when you can truly accept your own intuitions and let go of trying to do things for other people. And I think we want to feel that exuberance of just bursting out into the end of this movie, where you have been through so much shit that I'm sorry about what's the language thing, but you have been through so much that all you can say is have the peace to say, this is me, this is all I got. So let's just have fun and cook.
Ladies, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your insight of the film. I really appreciate House of Spoils. I really love the way you showcased cooking as not necessarily just consumption, but also as an expression, which is what we see your chef looking for is her voice. So thank you for that. And thank you again for the film and nice meeting you both. And I hope to talk to you again.
Thanks, Manny.